Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hello everyone. Let me adjust my sound real quick. Just to make sure. We got a lot to talk about, guys. Gotta make sure my audio's good. There we go. Is my audio good? Tell me, how is the audio? Welcome back to another episode with Golf Cart Garage with Tim. Forecast. Great audio and video here, Larry Hits. Thank you, sir. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we got to make an announcement. Ever since the announcement for that we were going away and that the garage was closing and everything, my email has been going crazy. So I apologize if I didn't get to everybody's email because I didn't really know. As far as I knew, everything was going to stay. It was only up until recently that we actually came to a conclusion that, guess what? We're not going away. We're not going away, guys. We are not going away. Golf Cart Garage has been purchased. It was a buy. And Golf Cart Garage has a new owner. It's not myself, but there is a new owner for Golf Cart Garage, and he obviously has reviewed everything, and he likes certain parts. We're going to adjust certain parts, but one of the things that he likes is this show. So, and you guys. So he wants me to continue. He would like for me to continue if I wanted to, and I told him that I would. We're going to make some changes in the we're still going to have GHOD, but we might make some changes in how the pay structure works, or if it's free or something. I don't really know, but I will let everybody know when I find out about all that. But as of now, we are not going anywhere. We're doing business as normal. So go to golfcartgarage.com, continue to go to golfcartgarage.com and look for updates on the website. There will be over the next few weeks, during this transition period, there will probably be lots of updates on the website, explaining different things, and we're probably going to end up with more products than ever. There's going to be a lot of changes down the road, for the good, for the better. There may be some changes to this program. I may end up going more mobile and broadcast from different areas. I'm not really sure about that, but it's going to be pretty cool. So it's good news if you like coming here and talking about golf carts. It is good news because we're going to continue to do that. I don't know if anybody noticed that we had a promotion going on the website. It was a going away promotion for people that bought a certain amount. They got entered in a drawing, which we're going to draw today for a hat. We're going to draw for that winner, but then we're also going to give away a hat at the end of the program today, just because we are. So let's see here, guys. David Irwin, hope Tim has come up with a plan. Well, I didn't come up with the plan, but there were backup plans after backup plans, on how we could continue. But this is actually best for everybody, because not only does the new owner want to keep this show and keep this show going, he's retaining everybody that's at Golf Cart Garage. So everybody still has a job, in other words. So it's good. It's a good thing. Harry Fike, what's going on? Helpless. It's a wonderful Tuesday, and GCG is over. Yes, we are. Helpless. Gene, that's the good news, is that we are going to continue. I know it was all said and done that we were closing, but we are going to continue. Rusty Brinkley, thank you, Rusty. I appreciate that. I think I got an email from you. I appreciate that email. Eagle River Mike, I just want to say thank you for all you've done for this group. We hope it continues. Mike, thank you, Eagle River Mike. Stephen Kuhn, greetings from Barth, Florida. Taco Tuesday will go on and on. That is exactly right. Taco Tuesday is still going to go on. Hi, everyone. Easy come, easy go. Hey, Tim, watching from McDonough. Is that how you say that? McDonough or McDonough, Georgia. What's going on, easy come, easy go? GCG will stay in business and Tim will be here. That is correct. Yes, it is for real, Ricky. We are staying. We are going to continue. You've been helpful, Kevin Rabbit. You've been helpful over the years. Good luck in your future endeavors, Kevin. Well, my future endeavors are still here. I'm not out yet. I am not out yet. Ricky Smith, that's awesome. Sad day. Larry, nope, we're staying, Larry. We are going to stay. Rock Dog, what's going on, Rock Dog? Haven't seen you in a while. Mr. Brinkley, hello, Tim. Helpless Garage. No, Larry, happy day. Gary England, hello, everyone. For one last ride. Gary, no, we're staying, Gary. We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue. Don't worry. You don't have to. You guys don't have to change anything with your notifications or anything. Overcast and cool in Atlanta. Larry Hits, great audio and video here. Ricky Smith, that's better. Tim, hope you got things worked out. Don't know what I'm going to do without this program. Well, you don't have to worry about that, Kurt. And I appreciate your participation and your consistent being here and your support of myself and Golf Cart Garage, Kurt, because you've been here for at least as long as anybody. So thank you very much. Craig, what's going on? Good here on audio. Rusty Brinkley, great. Greg Elliott, hey from Bristol. Very chilly. Rain is ended for today. Glad you're back, Tim. Greg Elliott. Yeah, I was almost gone, Greg, but I'm not. I'm not down and out. Bob Lewis, hello all. Overcast and cool day. What's going on, Bob Lewis? Louis Borghese, hey Louis. Did you ever get your swag, Louis? I think I sent you a tracking number. Did you ever get that? Let me know. I think Bob Lewis had one sent to him. Y'all, you two guys, let me know. Bob Lewis and Lewis, y'all let me know if y'all got your swag, because I know both of you were past winners. Gene Hansen, what's good? Oh, good news. Kevin Salyer, good afternoon all. Hey, Kevin. We are not going away, Kevin. I don't know if you caught that or not, but we are staying. Good news from Bob Lewis. Congrats, Tim. Big Frank, hello from Cloudy 51 in South Carolina. What's going on, Big Frank? Larry England, it's a happy day. Yes, it is, Larry. Easy come. Oh, I messed up the thing there. It's a happy day. Big Frank, congrats. Oh, thank you, Big Frank. Yep, we're going to continue. Hey, new guy, good move. Congratulations. You're talking about the new owner, I guess. Yeah. He might be in the chat. It was rumored he was going to come into the chat today, and if he does, I will let you guys know, and y'all can give him a warm GCG welcome. I'll let you know if he does. Stephen Kuhn, good. Bruce, that's awesome news. Good news. Dan, Technologies, what's going on? I guess that's Daniel, huh? George Bremer, great news. Tim, easy come, easy go. Hot diggity, great news. Big Frank, when you do great work in the social media space, they have to keep you going. Thank you, Big Frank. I appreciate that. Ricky Smith, that's awesome. Change that. Hallmark movie with a happy ending. I think I might cry a little. Rock Dog, awesome. Glad to hear we are continuing. Clay Mathis, glad you still be on. David Irwin, that's great news. Thank you guys. John Shear made the live today. Whoop whoop. Dan Technology, I still have some stuff I'm emailing you today, Tim. Good. Everything is still on. So y'all keep sending me the pictures, everything like that. But and I apologize, like I said, if I didn't get to everybody's email, but my email box has been blowing up since the announcement that we were closing. Joseph Simmons, hello Tim. You are my favorite show to watch on Taco Tuesday. I'm glad you are not going anywhere. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, so you are able to track it, Lewis. He says you haven't got it yet, but it's coming. So I just wanted to make sure you got the tracking number, and I want everybody to realize, it's a real thing. But we've been under a lot of pressure lately, so things were a little bit delayed. But I just wanted to make sure that you did get that tracking number. I've been following along, Rock Dog, in the background. Haven't been able to join live, and had joined in case the forbidden happened. Well, thank you, Rock. Glad to have you, man. Haven Speckman, hello, back at our winter home in Alamo, Texas. Nice. Tracker says my swag is coming this afternoon. We'll let you know. Bob Lewis. Okay, cool. I'm glad. Yeah. Freeman Strategy Group. That's my wife, by the way. Freeman Strategy Group. She is in the live. Greg Elliott. God continues to work in mysterious ways. Yep. We got a new owner, and that's what saved us from going out. I was going to end up going out on my own, probably, but if I needed to, but I would have lost all the followers. Y'all all would have had to have switched. Stephen Kuhn, got to keep a good thing going. Oh, the golf cart farm. Okay, you see that, guys? That is the new owner, the golf cart farm. Our entire team is here watching. We are so excited for the future and here for GCG, the team and our customers. GCG has a bright future. That is the new owner right there, the golf cart farm. But we're not changing the name. He's actually keeping the Golf Cart Garage brand, so don't get confused because it's Golf Cart Farm. That has nothing to do with Golf Cart Garage. Everything is going to be cool. So y'all give the Golf Cart Farm a thumbs up in the chat there, because that is the new owner of Golf Cart Garage. Kirk says, Tim, make sure you tell the rest of the GCG crew how great this news is. I will, Kirk. Well, I would imagine that most of the GCG crew is probably watching this episode right now. Helpless Garage, thank you all at Golf Cart Farm. You are awesome. David Irwin, smart man. I think things will go well. Thank you. Kirk, thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Hey, Farm, thanks. That's his, that is the new owner there, the Golf Cart Farm. But, like I said, he was going to keep the Golf Cart Garage brand name, so nothing is going to change. Thumbs up from Big Frank. Thanks, Golf Cart Farm, for buying and keeping it going. Bruce, that's awesome that you've got the good thing still getting bigger and better. The Golf Cart Farm, you rock. Welcome, Golf Cart Farm. Rock Dog. Way to go, Farm. We love you. Rusty. Harry Fike. Thanks, Golf Cart Farm, for keeping things going, especially this program. Thank you, Harry. Big thanks to Golf Cart Farm, and welcome to your party. Greg Elliott. Yep. I would imagine that not only they are watching this episode, but probably everyone at GCG, Golf Cart Garage, is probably watching too. Probably one of the more exciting episodes that we've done so far, just because I had such a big announcement to make, just to verify everything that some people had been reading or whatever. It's just been all over the place. I didn't really know where we were going to go, but now we do. We are going to move forward, and we're going to move forward with a bright future. So, and I am glad about it. I'm happy about it, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. Like I said, we were on the website. You may have noticed that we had a going away promotion going on, where if you bought a certain number, spent a certain amount of money, that you would be entered into a drawing for a hat and a bag of swag, basically, like we give away here on these episodes. Well, we're going to try to announce a winner to that today, and then later on in the program we'll give away another Golf Cart hat to one of you in the chat. Louis Borghese says it makes sense. There's always a garage on a farm. Thanks for keeping this alive. Good luck, Golf Cart Farm. Thank Golf Cart Farm for picking this company up and keeping it going and moving forward. Looking forward to the new format. Ricky Smith. Oh, David Irwin, tell him to print some Solenoid shirts. That's a good idea. This would probably be a good time to print those Is Your Solenoid Clicking shirts. We came up with that. If they're watching at Golf Cart Farm, we came up with that a long time ago, that people in the chat said that I should get some shirts made up that says, Is Your Solenoid Clicking? Because I say that so much when someone asks me about a golf cart issue. That could be the tagline, for Golf Cart Garage, Is Your Solenoid Clicking? So that would be a hot seller. There truly is a God, and probably gets his parts from Golf Cart Farm. Well, there's going to be lots of new parts on the Golf Cart Garage website too. That's why I don't want people to get them confused, because this is going to be two separate companies, and they're going to stay separate. That's just the owner now. But watch this show prior to yeah, I can assure you, Craig, he did watch this show. I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and he knows all about me and this show and everybody at at the at GCG. Okay. Like I said, there'll probably be some changes over the next couple of weeks, but as far as this show goes, we're going to be here. We're going to be here every Tuesday, Taco Tuesday with Tim. Golf Cart Garage. That's why I still got the Golf Cart Garage back here. It's still going to stay the same. All right, let's try to do this drawing here. Driving to, Aaron says, I'm here but barely, driving to Tennessee for family emergency. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Aaron. I hope everything is okay. I am going to see if I can do the drawing for the promotion that we did. Let's see here. I'm going to open this up. All right, can you guys see that on your screen? We're going to do this. Well, I can't see if you can see it, so how do I do that? Okay, let me go back to it. All right, we'll see how this goes. Looks like I can just spin this. This is the people that were entered into that promotional thing where they spent a certain amount of money. But we're going to go ahead and spin this. Bam! Looks like it was Ronald is going to win that. That was the promotional giveaway when we thought we were going away, but we decided to go ahead and do it even though we're not going away now. So that's cool. All right. So everybody saw that, right? That was Ronald. Ronald will be getting let me close that out. Ronald will be getting an email from someone, in case he's not watching the show. I mean, this is not anything to do with the hat we're going to give away at the end of this episode. That was just because of the promotion right there. So now we'll give away a hat later. Everybody who is typed into the chat has been entered. My wife is helping me. She's not here. She's out of town, but she is still helping me. Dead technology, yep, we see it, cool. I can see it, we can see it, we can, okay, cool. Hello everyone. My father-in-law is in the hospital. He has the green card I did the Wolf AC motor swap on. Okay, yeah, I remember. I got his, I think it was his picture, wasn't it? In one of the pictures that you sent me. Well, I hope he's doing okay. All right. Hot dog, congrats. Yes, I can see it. Jeff Huss. All right, cool. That was just a little wheel thing that we were experimenting with right before I went live. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it looked like it worked okay. But that was just for the person that won that, and then we'll have someone else that wins a hat today, like I said, later on. All right, I may as well get to the news. This is Tuesday, October the 28th, if I haven't said that already. And we are live. Oh, and I have thunderstorms moving through my area right now. So in case y'all hear any background noise or whatever, sounding pretty bad out there. Well, let's get to the regular questions, the regular scheduled questions. Might as well get started, since this is not the final episode. All right. Question number 1 is from Keith. I just bought an old EasyGo resistor cart for $175 and got new batteries, 6 12 volts, 3 in series, and each of those sets in parallel. This gets me 36 volt and some nice amperage. I replaced the contacts on my board and the end of my moving contact. When I tried to make it go, I turned the key and put it in forward, and there was a cloud of smoke. All my micro switches were fried, so I rewired all of them, and at the same time got nothing, and then came to find out 2 of my micro switches mysteriously died. The one by the pedal senses when you hit the pedal, and then the other by the micro switch driver side. Is there any way I can replace only one sensing the pedal and just use it? Oh man. From Keith. I always think it's funny how people try that 312s to get 36 volt, and then they get another 312s to get 36 volts, and then they parallel those together for 2 paralleled 36 volt packs. I always think it's funny that people think they're actually saving money when they do that, because that will work electrically. That will work, but you guys would probably be amazed at how many times I come across or get at that question or talk to somebody who's trying that in their golf cart, or they want to know will that work and everything. That it will work. It will work. But how are you going to charge that correctly? Would be my question, because your golf cart charger is not designed to charge that pack correctly, and those 12 volt batteries aren't going to last near as long as a 6 volt golf cart battery. So you're going to end up having to replace the whole thing a lot sooner. But anyway, you can eliminate micros one by one. I mean, if you take your electrical diagram for your car, your wiring diagram for that car, that old resistor car, you can look at the electrical wiring diagram and find the micros. A micro switch is just an on-off switch. So the way that you would eliminate a micro switch is you take the 2 wires that are on top of it and you just tie them together. Boom, throw the micro switch away. You don't even got that micro switch anymore. Everything would come on with the key. You can eliminate every one of them, and then you got the key, you turn the key on, car's hot, car's live. If you wanted to. Now that would be an exaggerated form of how many micro switches do you, every one of those is a safety device. So I'm not recommending anybody doing that. I'm just saying that yes, electrically you could go through and eliminate micro switches. My race car has 0 micro switches. It's got one gigantic on-off switch, and when it's on, car's live. But that's dangerous. Those micro switches are there for a reason. They're there for safety purposes. So you could eliminate them to figure out which one is bad. It would be what's recommended. Greg Elliott, be safe out there, Aaron, and may the Lord grant you traveling mercy and turns out okay for your family. Kurt, at least it's not a hurricane. Yeah, really. Man, I'm glad I didn't take a vacation to Jamaica recently. That would not be a daily driver. Do you have any recommendations on a new cart that would not be a daily driver, but only driven periodically several times a month? Sure, Jeff. Do you want, can you get away with gas or electric? Because you go lithium nowadays, and that would be fine, or gas. Gas is really good too. I love gas carts, especially nice ones. Because there's not really much you have to do, but now that we talk about this all the time, Jeff, on this channel, lithium has gotten to the point where there's not really much you have to do now, because you don't have to worry about water anymore. So you need gas or electric, would be my question. Oh, and as far as the first question goes, from Keith, when he said it got some smoke, you got a lot of things going on with the 612s in series. You got to make sure that you know what you're doing there if you're going to try to go that route. Also, you got to make sure that you understand about if there's a diode on the solenoid between the small post. If there's a diode between the small post of that solenoid, you need to be sure that you've got that in the correct direction. A lot of people mess with their solenoid and they don't realize that diode is directional. If there's a resistor on that solenoid, that is not directional, but that diode is. That's got to be oriented in the correct direction, or it will do something similar to what you're describing. So that would be my first question. Did you mess with the solenoid at all? Jeff Huss, electric cart only at Oak Island, North Carolina. Jeff, I would recommend any of the 3 major manufacturers, E-Z-GO, Club Car, Yamaha. All right. Get any of those in a lithium cart. You can get a brand new lithium if you want. Or you could get you maybe if you're looking for a good deal, maybe get a used lead acid cart that needs a battery job, because they'd have to factor the price in, and then switch it to lithium. You could go that route too. David Irwin, I love my gas cart because I can get a gallon of gas. Hard to do that with electric. Yeah, a gallon of gas, you could probably drive for who knows how long on a gallon of gas in a stock gas golf cart. That's what I'm saying. You don't really have to do a lot with gas cars. You never have. That's why people would get surprised years ago when they would ask me that question. You know, what cart would you recommend, gas or electric? I would ask them about their application. You know, does your application require electric, or can you get away with gas in that application? Because they would have certain complaints about their batteries always draining or something like that. They didn't have a good plan over the winter and that kind of stuff. Well, see, on a gas cart, you didn't have to worry about all that. So they were almost, in my opinion, less maintenance than electric cars. Because electric cars, you've got to be constantly thinking. Now, I'm talking about lead acid electric. But since the switch over to lithium, electric cars are caught up to gas as far as the not having to worry about anything deal goes. You know, the not having to worry about maintenance, because it takes water out of the equation, it takes acid out of the equation, it takes messy garage out of the equation, messy garage floor from overfilling your batteries. You don't have to worry about where your batteries are anymore. They're kind of even now as far as I'm concerned, as far as being able to not worry about them. All right, where are we at here on number 2? This is from Jeffrey. I have a stock G16 and want some input on what mods worked the best for you. I am looking at the 6-inch Jake's lift and 22 or 23-inch tires. Can I go with 12-inch rims on this lift? We have a family-owned tool and die shop, so some of the mods will come easy. Any opinions on which company has the best products and the best prices? Thanks for helping me out. This is from Jeffrey, number 2. I like Jake's lift kits, Jeffrey. I always have. They've got several different types. Jake's lift kits are good. They're quality product as far as I'm concerned. I've installed several. I've had some myself. I wouldn't be worried about getting a Jake's lift kit at all. Now, each lift kit, if it didn't matter if it's Jake's or ever who you go with, they're going to tell you what kind of rims they require, because a lot of lift kits are going to require either 10-inch rims, 12-inch rims. They might even say something about offset rims. Usually a lift kit is going to require an offset rim. They're usually going to say 10-inch offset rims required, something like that. And if it doesn't say anything like that specifically about what rims, you need to ask before you order it, but just to make sure that you're not going to get a set of tires and rims that aren't going to work. But the lift kit manufacturer for that particular lift kit should state what rims and tires are required for it. Let's see, where did I go here? Ricky Smith, Tim, are you still testing lithium battery? I am, Ricky. It's still in the cart. I still test it every day. I have not been able to do any more range test on it, but so far so good. So far so good. Aaron did a 4-inch lift on our trailer, then took it off-roading, pull it with my 48-volt Club Car DS. Cool. Rusty Brinkley, Tim addresses the problem cart owners might have with leaving gas in a cart all winter. Rusty Brinkley wants to know, Tim, address the problem cart owners might have with leaving gas in a cart all winter. Well, see, the reason I don't really know the answer to that is because I don't really leave anything. I mean, I got boats, jet skis, and motorcycles, and a lot of gas vehicles, and I don't have that issue here because I use my carts and my motorcycles and all that stuff. In fact, my motorcycles get more time during the winter than they do during the summer. So some people are going to have to come up with a plan. It's probably going to involve Stay-Bill or something like that they put in their gas if you have a real long winter. But I tell you what I have found is if you use non-ethanol gas, or you're only going for 6 months. I haven't really found that to be a problem. I haven't been, and I'm only basing that on feedback from other customers. Now, some people, you know, depending on where they live, you know, how far north they live, they may have a situation where the golf cart doesn't get used for 6 months or longer. Now, in that case, maybe you would. I mean, you tell me, you guys would know better than me on that question because of where I live, because I do not have that issue here in Arkansas. I didn't have that issue here in Arkansas, I didn't have that issue in Texas, and I did not have that issue in Louisiana. And those are the 3 places I've spent most of my time. That's the only 3 states that I've lived in. So I have never lived far enough north to have to actually worry about that. So you guys, some of you in the room that live north, y'all would be able to tell me. George Bremer, I've got a 96 Club Card DS36 resistor. Is it worth converting a resistor cart to lithium? Sure it is, George. If it's a good cart, if it's a good running cart. Now the only thing, okay, it's a resistor cart, so it's not that weird one. In 96, they do got a weird one, but that's a 48. The 48 in 96 is a weird one. So you actually have a better, in my opinion, you're better off having a 96 36 volt resistor than the 96 48 volt that's not resistor, because it's got a funky potentiometer that you'd have to change out eventually. That's going to give you a problem. That cart will probably never give you a problem, the one you got. So you could put a lithium in there and be good to go as long as you stick with a 36 volt lithium. Kirk says, Tim, how often do you charge your lithium? I don't really use that cart very often here in this neighborhood that I live in now. I don't use it very often, and it's more like a test vehicle, but I definitely do not charge it every day. I charge it when I use it, or when I go do some testing and run around the neighborhood, or when I go do a little bit of range in it and bring it back, I'll test it and top it off. The lithium that I have is so inexpensive that it's not even a Bluetooth lithium. It doesn't even have an app. I can't even look at my phone. So I don't even know what the state of charge is on it ever. And it's not one of the fancier ones, you know, where the app's on your phone, you can tell what's going on in your lithium. But that's one of the reasons why it was so inexpensive. David Irwin says, just put stay in the tank. I think that's probably a typo. You're probably talking about stay bill. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Some of you guys might have to do some stay bill depending on how long, but I've never had that problem, and I've gone for 6 months at least, and I haven't had a bad gas issue. Jerry Lee, sorry so late. How's it going, Tim? Hey, Jerry Lee, how's it going? Kevin Salyer, I live in cold Indiana. I have left my cart from November till March, so roughly 5 months, and no issue with just stabilizer and premium fuel fill up in the fall. There you go. That's the kind of information I know you guys would know better than me. As far as gas, stay bill oil to keep gas usable. Yep. Kurt? Ricky Smith, good question, Kurt. Tim, do you need to keep the lithium charged all the way, all the time, like lead acid? Well, it's the lithiums are very, very high technological advancement, and including the way they charge, because there's a BMS. So you can't overcharge it. So the chargers is even smarter, because there's a BMS that's controlling everything and helping balance each individual cell. So there's really nothing that you can do wrong with the lithium, because when the charger shuts off, it just, you know, it goes green. I can't remember if mine actually does a float voltage or not. I can't remember. I haven't charged it that many times since I got it. I would check with if I was getting a new lithium, I would check with the manufacturer to make sure that you're doing exactly what they recommend in case there's a warranty issue. Can charge lithium as much as you want. It counts partial charges as a partial cycle. Stephen Kuhn. Yeah, they're literally idiot proof. You know, there's really almost nothing you can do wrong except for run it way, way too low, or continuously try to run it too low. And even that, it's going to shut itself off. The BMS will likely shut you off before you do anything that's dangerous to harm the battery. 3 is from Jim. Louis Borghese says, try ethanol shield in your fuel. It has excellent water absorbent properties, in my opinion. There you go. But Kevin said, you know, he's gone 5 months with no issue with just stabilizer and premium fuel. So there you go. Shut off at 10% charge left in the battery. Aaron says his shut off at 10% charge left. There you go. Yeah, they will shut you down eventually if you keep pushing them. Okay, Jim, I just set up headlights and taillights and a radio in my daughter's car. I tried it out today and noticed the lights got brighter and the radio got louder as the cart was at full speed. If you have done this before, do you need to do any other adjustments to the cart to run these accessories? Directly run by the cart's battery and the on-off toggle switches. I left the radio on as well, so it did not kill the battery. The trickle of the power and when the radio is off. Is this overkill? Having no issues. I was told that I should upgrade my battery to an Optima Yellow and it would run at peak all the time. I wanted to input before I drop money on a battery. Well, the first thing I would do, Jim, I would see what's actually going on with your charging system. Like, in other words, if it's getting better when you go wide open, if things are starting to work better, then it would be very handy to have a voltmeter connected to that battery and up in the seat with you so you could see what the volts are doing. Because it sounds like that your charging system might not be strong enough for everything that you're trying to run. Now, the yellow top Optima, that should help. That's a stronger battery. But eventually, you know, it's going to pull it down also if your charging system is not good enough to, you know, to charge that stronger battery. But I would think that that would help. You know, they make 12-volt lithium batteries also. And lithium batteries charge very easily and they're very powerful. So that would be a suggestion also. You could put a 12-volt lithium in there. It'd be a really strong battery that charges very easily. That may solve all your issues. Less voltage drop on that lithium battery, even on the 12-volt. There's going to be less voltage drop from the accessories that are pulling on it. Stephen Coon says his usually shuts the battery off around 20 to 25%. Yeah, see, they're all going to be different. They all have a different BMS. That's why I keep saying, you know, check with your specific manufacturer for your particular battery. Greg Elliott says, Kurt Winter, I try not to go below 72% on my Eco 51.2 volt 105. So Helpless says, I highly recommend Ethanol Shield. It's a way better than Stay-Bill. All right, cool. I knew there was there's lots of products out there, but I've never really had to use them. Hi, Tim. Question, how can I find the video of you at the track? Go to Country Karts on YouTube. Country Karts, spelled K-U-N-T-R-Y-K-A-R-T-S. Or, that's one way you can do it. Or you can look up, my name was T-Dog for a long time. For many, many, many years. People called me T-Dog. You could look up T-Dog Sleeper. That'd be T-D-A-W-G Sleeper on YouTube. Hook that up. That's me. That's anything that says T-Dog Sleeper and it's a white Easy Go. Looks completely stock, but it's not. Aaron says, if it's gas, about the normal, more engine speed, more electricity flowing, he might be overcharging, which can be bad for the battery too. Okay, well see, that's why I said it would be nice to know what's going on right in the seat with you. You know, what's changing when you go wide open. Is it overcharging? Is it undercharging? Or I think he was saying that it started working right when he would go wide open. John Shear, trying to get home, I took my Eco battery down to 0. It shut off in front of my neighbor's house. This was late spring. I've had no issues since. Okay. Dang. Didn't shut off until 0. Cool. Okay, number 4. This from Richard. I recently purchased a 2001 electric club car. I'm looking to lift it with a 6-inch lift kit. Not sure whether or not to do a spindle lift or an A-arm lift. Can I do a lift and still use the factory wheels and tires? Probably not on a spindle lift, because the way the spindle lift comes down, pretty sure they're going to require 10-inch rims and 10-inch offset rims. I mean, you have to check with it should, like I was saying before, it should say that on the lift kit, whichever one you're looking at. It should tell you what rims are required. But because of the design of a spindle lift, it's likely that you're not going to be able to use stock rims, because stock rims are 8-inch rims and they're centered. Okay, that's the bolt mounting point is in the center of the rim. But you can get offset rims where it's pushed off to one side, and then larger, 8-inch might not work on that lift kit. It might rub something. So 10-inch rims with an offset is most likely what it's going to need. But you'll have to check into the description for the lift kit. Aaron said I had to push my car a quarter mile when my battery died. Well, at least it was you're talking about a lithium. Just imagine if it was lead acid. Number five is from Franklin. I have a G1, which I used Scotty's conversion kit to go to 48 volts several years ago. Can I switch to lithium? Is it just like adding a different power source if the voltage is the same, or does lithium require something that I wouldn't already have? Excuse me. No, it would just be switching to lithium, Franklin. You wouldn't have to do anything special on that cart. You're just going to run your main positive and your main negative to the positive and negative on the lithium. As long as you stay the same voltage that you've been running. If it's running fine on 48 volts, and your 48 volt lithium would really wake that car up because of the weight, mainly because of the weight difference. Number 6 is from Scott F. Going from 36 volt Patriot drop-ins, 312s, and adding another Patriot 12 to get 48s. Navita 600, Admiral B2 in the late 90s, TXT with 22. Anything to focus on other than adjusting or updating the controller, syncing all 4 drop-ins after charging all at one time to the same voltage and changing the charger to 48. It's a 30% increase in torque, reasonable with some additional speed. Thanks. Going from 36 volt Patriot drop-ins, okay, so 312s, and adding another Patriot 12 volt to get 48. I'm just making sure I understand the question. Navita 600, Admiral B2, okay, I know what that is. TXT with 26 times. Anything to focus on other than adjusting or updating the controller, syncing all 4 drop-ins after charging the same voltage. There is nothing else that you need to worry about except your solenoid. You didn't say anything about changing your solenoid. Yeah, that's right. I even wrote that in my notes. I had forgotten that I had written that in my notes. You didn't say that you changed the solenoid. Well, if you want this to be just a plug-and-play thing, what you're doing is a 48-volt conversion. Well, when you do a 48-volt conversion on that particular car, then you're going to need to change your solenoid also to a 48-volt activated solenoid if you want it to be a plug-and-play deal. Otherwise, you're going to burn the solenoid out because you got 48 volts now that are going to be going to the activation coil, not the big post, the small post. The small post. You need to hit that with, you need to hit a 48 volt solenoid with 48 volts at the small post. If you hit that 36 volt with 48 volts there, something's going to go wrong. Was that 6? Make sure that your controller is, well, just go over the 3 things you gotta when you do a 48 volt conversion. I'll just talk about the 3 things real quick that you gotta do. got to switch your solenoid to your new voltage, your activating voltage. All right, you need to make sure your charging thing is taken care of. But if you're doing a lithium, then I'm assuming you're going to be using some type of lithium charger, for all of those. I'm assuming those Patriots that you said are lithiums. Yeah, lithiums, 312s, yeah. So yeah, you make sure you got the right charger. And you got to make sure your controller is capable of handling 48 volts. You got to make sure of that. That's the 3 things you need to do. Kirk says, Tim, I want to do a lithium swap. Will the dealer do the swap if I supply the lithium? Do you have any idea what is a fair price and what I would do, and what would I do with the lead acid batteries? Well, you can go to the recycle place and get money for your lead acid batteries. They have that's why there's a core charge on lithium, on lead acid batteries when you buy a new set, because you could go to the scrap yard and get money for your lead acid batteries. You could call around and see what they give, weigh one of them, weigh them and see before you call them, so you can give them an accurate weight. See what they say, see how much you could get for those. And as far as a dealer doing the swap, you're going to have to check with the dealer, because they may not. I've heard, I talked to a lot of people, and some dealers will not do it unless you buy something that they sell. That they won't help you out like that. So you're going to have to make some phone calls, because I believe the answer to that's going to be all over the place. You can do it, Kurt, with all the people you have here that would support you. We can get you through a lithium swap. No doubt. You could do it yourself. Number 7. This is from Jason. I'm lost on this one. The battery pack was reading 53.2 fully charged, and after driving all day would only drop to around 48 to 47. While doing some maintenance, I checked the battery levels excuse me, and added some water to each battery. Charged the pack. Now only reads 50.4, and when you drive the car it drops to 47. Any idea what could have happened? Well, the best thing that you could do, just to get you an accurate answer, you need a discharge test on that pack, because some of those numbers you gotta understand. If you're getting down to a 47 volts across the whole pack, yeah, that's a dead battery pack. That's dead. Excuse me. Yeah, that's looks like a dead battery pack with those numbers. Kurt says, I'm a little too old to be doing any heavy lifting, and I only have one arm to lift with. You got anybody that can help you, Kurt, that could help you do it? Because you could write everything down beforehand if you had somebody to help you, and we could help walk you through some of your questions or anything. D-Max, no, this is not the last show. The Golf Cart Garage has been purchased, and we're continuing, man. Everything is continuing. Joe Foster, what about Tuesdays with Tim? Still continuing. We're not going anywhere, Joe. Everything is cool. You want to go back and watch this video after it gets posted, and you'll see where we talked about it at the beginning. Number 8 from Eugene. A pack voltage is 48 and my voltage at the charging receptacle is 35. Is this normal? Is that enough to activate the charger? My charger clicks on, does not show any amps on the charger. Well, if this is a club car with an OBC, then that could be normal. Okay. If this is not a club car with an onboard computer, then no, that is not normal. So that would be something that we'd have to clear up right off the bat. Oh, David Irwin, that's a good point. I actually did say that in the notes that I had written. What did I say? What question was that? Was that number 7? Yeah, he added some water to each battery and then he charged the pack. That was number 7. That's something that I did. I noticed and I meant to say something about that, but I didn't. That's backwards. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't add water and then charge the pack. You should charge the pack and then add water because the water level goes up in the charge cycle. So thank you there, David, for pointing that out. But yeah, he did do that backwards. You don't want to do that. You want to add water. You want to charge the cart fully and then add water. Unless the cell is completely dry. Then you got to put something in there. As far as your charger not coming on, it could be if the charger clicks on but does not show any amps on the charger. See, there could be a lot of reasons for that too. So you need to eliminate that charger as being faulty. You know, that's the first thing. And then we need to know if your car has an OBC, if it's a 2013 or older club car, 48 volt. And we'd have to get some of those cleared up first. Joe Foster, I surely will watch the complete video. I was late getting here. No problem, Joe. I just talked about it in the beginning, of course. A lot of people were wondering. But no, we are continuing, Joe. We are not going away. Golf Cart Garage still exists. Hopefully for a long time. Number 9. This is from Henry. Anyone who knows me knows that I run the AC system, and for what I use them for, there is little to no help. So here's my question. My controller has a max voltage, and if the battery pack exceeds that, the controller won't come on until the pack drops voltage. At full charge, the pack will only be just 3 volts over max. Not a lot, but still, the controller won't come on. It will take 30 minutes for the pack to drop 3 volts. Is there an easy or faster way to drop 3 to 4 volts? Well, that's hard for me to believe that you have an AC system that is not adjustable for that. Like your controller is not adjustable for a little bit higher voltage, but because that's a problem that we used to have in drag racing. When you would drag race electric vehicles, that was a problem that used to come about when lithiums were in the beginning stages of being available. Guys, in drag racing on electric vehicles, you're classed in a voltage class, and the voltage class has a range. Like a 48 volt voltage class would be from 48 volts to 53, something like that. The problem with that is that if you had a 48 volt lithium pack in there, right off the charger, it's going to be more than 53. And so if you don't have a way to burn that down and get it in the range, the acceptable range for the 48 volt class, you're going to have to race in the next higher voltage class. Like 70, you'd be racing against 72 volt vehicles. This is not just golf cars I'm talking about. I'm talking about all electric vehicles, all different types of electric vehicles that are involved in drag racing. They are classed by voltage. You have to be within a range, or you're going to have to race against the guys in a higher class. You don't want to do that. You'll never win. So the trick is to get your voltage as high as you can possibly get it, right at that upper range. That's where you want to be at when you're on the line. You want to be right at the upper range of your voltage in your voltage class, whatever your voltage class is. And what a lot of guys had to do back then is they had to come up with some type of parasitic drain, because right off the charger would be too high. Now they're fixing to pull up to the line and they're going to get checked by the tech guy that's going to check their voltage. Either that or they'll get checked afterwards. I'm not sure how that works now. It's the way it worked a long time ago. So they've got to burn off a couple of volts. There were guys that would hook up a heater. You know, they'd hook up a heater to their battery pack and turn it on, hit the switch, let it run, watch their voltage so they can burn it down right to the top of that range. So, but it's like I said, that was a long time ago that I'm talking about. I can't believe that you wouldn't be able to adjust something else. Like this is back when the programmable controllers weren't near as available as they are now. I would think that you need to look into that and make sure that you can't adjust a setting if it's just that much. But otherwise, other than that, you're going to have come up with some type of parasitic drain, a light bulb, something that'll run off your pack that'll burn the voltage down a little bit. George Bremer, GCG, better keep going. You have a lot of hats. Actually, there's not a lot left. There's not a lot left. It's almost time to make another order, which I'm sure that we will now. Now there's a new owner, we might end up making a new hat order. I think we just sent the owner some hats. In fact, I believe I saw Dave say something about that. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and shut the questions down, and we're going to give away another hat. You know, we gave the one away to the person that won the drawing at the beginning of this video. Now we're going to give away a hat to one of you guys that's in the chat here. Let me make sure that I haven't already received a winner. Doesn't look like I have. Oh, there it goes. Did y'all hear that? That was my wife texting me of the winner. While I was picking up my phone, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. All right. Let's see the winner of a hat from Golf Cart Garage, and maybe a few other little trinkets that will go in there. Dave will usually throw some extra stuff in there, but this will be definitely a hat and a t-shirt. And I'll go over I'll give you a call after this is over with. Put my contact information up there. Ever who wins this, send me your contact information to 00timfreeman@gmail.com. The winner is of this week's bag of swag, including a hat and a t-shirt, is Easy Come Easy Go. Easy Come Easy Go. I hope you're still in the room. If not, you'll just have to watch this at a later time. But once you see it, send me an email to 00timfreeman@gmail. And give me a phone number that I can call you and ask you some top secret security questions just to make sure that it's you. I don't know if you've been around long enough to know my top secret security question answers. Oh, okay. You are the winner. Easy come, easy go. Send me an email to that address on the screen. And if you don't mind, I'll call you after I get off the air, after we get off the live, and tell you what we got left, and we'll go over the inventory, and then we'll get that sent out to you, man. Brad's Restorations. What's going on, Brad? I didn't see you there. All right, cool. Gotta run. Glad we are continuing, Rock Dog. Thank you, Rock Dog. No, I don't have any. Let's see pictures. I guess people thought that we were, well, I guess they thought we might be going away, so I didn't get any pictures. But please, y'all send me some pictures. Everything is still on. It is on. Send me some pictures to 00timfreeman@gmail.com and we'll feature them. We're going to have a Let's See segment just like we always do. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Craig. And like I said, go to Golf Cart Garage and look for changes. Look for some new things, new items. Rusty Brinkley, figured I'd win this time since I bought 2 hats last week when you were going. Did you really? Well, hang in there, Rusty. Tim and Kat, you made my day now that both of you are staying with us. Oh, well, thank you, Kurt. Yep, she's helping me. She just... Kevin said, Big Mike and I didn't do any crazy carts for this year for trunk or treat. Maybe have to wait till Christmas parade. Cool. Well, send those to me. Joe Foster, how about Thursdays? Nothing on Thursdays right now, Joe. Just Tuesdays. Greg Elliott, 40 viewers and 16 likes. Hit the like button. Let me check this coupon. I forgot what the deal is with it. No, it's only valid through today. GHOD10. Did we get a new coupon? I can't remember if Iram gave me a new one or not. No, I better let that go because that one's only valid through today. We'll get a new one for next time for sure. Just lots of stuff going on in the background at GCG this week. It's been really busy and really hectic. So give us a little time, but we are still going. So go to gcg.com or golfcartgarage.com and look for any new. Craig, Dave is sticking around. Dave is still here. Dave is still going to be with us also. Everybody is at this point. Everybody that's still at Golf Cart Garage is staying. Yep, it looks like it. Here's the email address for the main office, support@golfcartgarage.com. There is the phone number. If you would like to send something that goes straight to me, 00timfreeman@gmail.com. But you can put, if you do send something to support@golfcartgarage.com, if you need that to go to me, you can put attention Tim and they will make sure that I get it. Craig said they might offer Dino a retirement package. That would be good. It is almost hoodie and Crocs weather, Joe. Almost. Hoodie, Crocs, and socks. It is almost my jam weather. Hoodie, Crocs, and socks. Dino does need a retirement package. He's still with us. He is still with us, and he's doing pretty good. He's with my wife now. She's out of town, but he is still doing good. Help us once more, a big thank to Golf Cart Farm for sponsoring this show. Yep, that is basically what he's doing since he purchased it. So yeah. All right, guys, I will see you next week. This 28th is going to be, oh man, next week we are already in November. That is crazy. It is already November, or almost, or it will be. Cold in North Carolina, Rusty Brinkley. Thank all you guys for this. It's probably because of you that this is continuing, that so much of you like it and enjoy it. He didn't have to, but he liked what he saw. So I will see everybody next week. Dan Technology. I messaged you a little while. I message you in a little while, Tim. All right, Dan. Cool. All right, guys, I'll see everybody next week. Garage is now closed.